I love movies.
Hello and welcome back to the Mad Cinema Show. I'm Scott G.
I'm Phil B.
And we have a special guest in our studio today. It is Robby Biggs.
Hello. I'm here.
Today we're talking about Conan the Barbarian. The, 1982 movie? Not the new one, which we'll touch on that one.
We'll talk about it.
We'll talk about it a little bit. I have a question for you first.
Okay.
What is best in life?
To crush your enemies, to see them kneel before you, and to hear the lamentations of their women.
Ah!
Good. That's what that.
Good.
That's what that motherfucker said. He
just
goes,
say good, good.
And it like cuts off
"Yeah, man.
right after he says it.
Good. Conan would be proud.
Yeah, I know.
Conan
I
would be
know
proud.
what's good in life. What are you talking about?
So
To hear
Robby.
the lamentations of their women. God. That is,
So me and you, Philip, we had seen this movie growing up.
Mhm.
You know, so we had a lot of like nostalgia going into this.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. But Robby, you apparently had never seen this movie.
I have never seen it, but
Yeah.
I did enjoy it. Definitely enjoyed it. It was,
You enjoyed it?
It was a very good movie.
Could you follow it? Would you be able to do like a kind of summary of the plot to some degree?
Give us
Somewhat.
Give us
the RB.
Give
plot
us yeah,
summary.
give us yeah.
A very
give us
brief
the-
summary. Conan was a young boy. He got invaded by some cult, I guess, of some kind, the cult of Set. They killed his family. They took him. He was a slave. He sold him as a slave, so he went to this other guy.
Yeah.
That guy kind of like trained him up. He went to the east. He was like fucking people to spread his genes around just because he was like such a good fighter. Like
Yeah.
he also fought in a pit. He was just a badass. So they set him free, and then he went on all these journeys. He met with a cuz. That's what I like to call
Met
him.
up with Cuz.
He met up with cuz and his love of his life.
Subata.
I pretty much knew what was going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
It was great. It was awesome.
And then Thulsa Doom be shooting motherfuckers with snakes.
Shooting, there's somebody got shot with
And
snakes.
giving them the baby blues.
Giving them
He did have baby blue eyes that could seduce anyone.
Anyone.
He's a slick boy.
Except for Conan.
Yeah.
Except for Conan. They almost seduced him, though.
Okay, so before we really get into the movie, is there any other part of this franchise that you guys have seen? Like, I know I've seen the other two movies. I know, Philip, you have.
Yeah, I've definitely thumbed through some of the very old comics.
Yeah.
Like the original Conan
like the Marvel,
comics.
like, yeah.
Yeah, totally. What's that Jack Kirby when he drawing that shit?
No,
it looks
was,
like Kirby. It looks like his stuff.
Zach Thompson, I think.
Oh, okay, I got
Yeah.
you. Yeah, but that
Yeah.
kind of era though.
Yeah.
Still. So I've thumbed through some of those, and I mean they're cool. I just don't really have a context for what's going on.
Right.
I've played the first Conan MMO. It's not the
It's not the Age of Conan.
No,
it's
Age of Conan. Age of Conan's the one. We'll talk about that in just a second. But no, I played the first one, and the first one's really cool. It had a bunch of really awesome character classes. But then there was also a very badass Xbox 360, PS3 era game.
Yeah.
I think just called Conan. I really think it was just called Conan. It might have been Conan the Barbarian, but I really
or
think it's
something
Conan.
else.
And
yeah.
Ron Perlman did the fucking voice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and it's dope. It's just it's a heavy hack and slash. So it was an action game that was in the time of everybody being stylish, fast action. Like everybody was pushing that direction. And this is a big, heavy man putting a blade in things. There's a Kraken fight that is like the coolest thing in the game. It's
So that's a good way to segue into the newer movie, the 2011 Conan the Barbarian with Jason Momoa.
Yeah.
Because Ron Perlman was in that, and he's
Perlman
probably
was
the
in that.
best part of that movie.
Yeah, most likely. Yeah. I'd say that too. The intro sequence is pretty awesome in that movie. Like it has a little bit of to it, and it's nowhere near as good as the one in Conan.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Like the original Conan is. Let's just get this out of the way. It is the better movie. Destroyer's okay. So I rewatched Destroyer and the newer Conan, and they're not bad.
No,
it's everything around Conan is pretty okay for the most part.
Yeah.
You know, it's really just Conan that seems to be the problem, because I was really like trying to figure out, why don't I like this? Because
including in the Destroyer,
because
he kind of takes a backseat to that story.
Well, I also think that the fact that it was a PG rating is kind of what cut off a lot of its, you know, legs. Essentially, like,
he's not doing that same kind of tricky shit.
Well, he acts dumb at the beginning of this movie, but that was like a progression. It's almost like he like regressed to some degree in between movies.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, and the dialogue in general in both of the other movies isn't nearly as like poetic and interesting.
Yeah,
you know?
That's something that like John Milius, the guy who essentially he directed the movie, and it was like, but that's like one of his best talents as far as like being a movie maker. He knows how to write fucking dialogue. Like really fucking well. So
man, the dialogue in this movie all over the place is just flawless. It's just and the acting. So I was talking to you about this earlier while the movie was going on. I feel like today the kind of acting that's in this movie is considered cheesy or something like that.
Well, they're emoting really well.
I don't think so. It really didn't come off that cheesy.
Yeah, well, I don't think it's cheesy, but I just think that compared to what we see in modern films, there has to be a reason why actors don't do this shit anymore, right?
So I know y'all was talking a lot about the dialogue part of it. Except there was a lot of completely 100% silent scenes.
Right.
Yeah. That conveyed exactly what you needed to be conveyed to you.
Yeah.
With no dialogue.
Well, and I think that's also what makes the dialogue that is in this movie so good, is because when it's there, it needs to be there. Yeah. It's not just motherfuckers just ranting and bathosing all over the fucking place, you know. You know. Josh Whedon's not going to hire you guys. Stop it.
Yeah, they don't explain the story to you. They don't act like you're dumb and they have to, stuff is... The only thing that they explain to you is the religions. That's the only thing, like the lore of the world, sure.
Yeah.
They talk about the lore, but they don't talk about what's happening.
Yeah.
They don't have to tell you what you're seeing on the fucking screen.
Well, think about the scene that Subutai and Conan, when they're talking about their gods.
Yeah.
Like, that's an exposition scene.
Yeah, man.
You know, it really is. And it's world building, but it's like done so well, as in just a conversation that two guys would probably have, around a fire.
Crom laughs at your fool wins.
Your God lives below my God.
Dude, it's so good.
So, were there any, Robby, being this is your first time seeing it, are there any scenes or any moments in this movie that stood out to you?
I really liked seeing him grow as a little kid.
Yeah.
Then, he became like a big ass dude.
Then all of a sudden you see them thick thighs.
Yeah,
he became too thick on you, man.
Dude, that is a genius cut. I just had to put that in real quick. But yeah,
and he's like
so
pushing it by himself.
Yeah. When he's on the slave wheel.
Yeah. That was a great scene. Really, the I guess the battle pit or battle arena.
That was a great at the beginning. Yeah. Why didn't he suplex one of those guys?
There should have been a suplex.
At least one suplex. Come on, like
I think
a suplex off the edge into the pit would have been nice, but
he could have suplexed those wolves.
Yeah, he could have suplexed the wolf.
Could have suplexed the wolves when he was getting chased. Yeah. I thought it was cool when he went east and trained and like he had a katana.
Yeah,
man,
that was cool.
Yeah, that whole culture. I can't remember the name of the different cultures in this game.
Is it
this movie? I'm thinking of the MMO. That's the thing, is I'm thinking of it that way.
Is it Arcadian? Because isn't it Subutais?
Yeah, I don't. Is he Arcadian?
I think that's what he said. Yeah. When he's like, lunch for wolves, dinner for wolves.
Who he gets sold to? Then he gets sold to somebody else because he doesn't get sold to Arcadians.
I don't think that's okay. So the scene you're talking about is when he's sitting on the table and you got all those Genghis Khan looking motherfuckers.
The Mongol looking.
Yeah, the Mongol looking guys. I think they are Arcadian.
Oh, okay.
Like, as a culture, I don't think that's who he was sold to. I think he was conscripted through the big bushy like redheaded dude.
You talking Torvald?
Yeah. The
Torvald.
dude that actually owns him. Yeah. I think he was like kind of a mercenary to a degree, like for a war, and they were celebrating a victory.
I got you.
You
I
know.
got you on that. Okay.
And then the redheaded bear dude, he's just like, oh, I don't want this for this guy. He's an okay guy. You know? He reads poetry.
And that seems
kills
real
people
crazy
real good.
because he treats it like it's releasing a pet into the wild.
Oh, absolutely. And Arnold like reacts that way.
Yeah.
You
I don't know what to do.
I was like, oh, where am I supposed to go?
Yeah. It kind of reminds me of the scene with when Arya's trying to get Nymeria to leave.
Yeah.
And she's like, go on. And the wolf just stands there and she starts throwing rocks at her. She's like, leave. They're going to kill you.
Right. So we were talking about the giant snake in the pit.
Yeah.
How good that looks. Like, all the practical effects in this are like just top notch.
What'd you think from not seeing this? Because we have the eye of nostalgia looking
Yeah.
at this,
These are real thick goggles that we got on right
no
now,
effects
guys.
really look bad.
Yeah.
They all were good. There was that one particular effect. I don't know. I guess
The ghosts?
the ghosts. I know
Yeah.
that's later on in the movie. I thought it looked bad. Now I kind of looked at it. I was like, it really doesn't look bad, especially when I know what it was.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that they were drawing like
They were
frame
drawing,
by frame.
like
Yeah.
panning upon the frames of
Yeah.
the film.
Yeah.
That actually was not bad at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, I was looking at it of a.
Because he started singing Money for Nothing. It's like, man, this is an early CG. This is early.
I thought it was CG, but
That's funny,
I was
man.
like, well, this isn't CG.
No.
Yeah.
And it looked better than the early CG looked like the worst PlayStation 1 game.
Yeah.
So it didn't look that. So
You mean like N64 games?
Just throw polygons everywhere.
oh, got him. It looked worse. I don't know. That shit was. It was even worse than that.
Yeah, it was.
Back
It
in-
really was.
Money for Nothing. I don't know. They just look like
That's-
blocks.
It's rough, but it's also awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really do think the effects hold up in this movie, and it's not just the effects; it's the
Dude, the set design,
the art direction.
like,
That's
yeah,
exactly what I
the
was gonna say.
cinematography. I
Yeah.
mean, like, this is one of those classic movies that just everybody who was working on the project came to fucking play,
Oh yeah,
and
Yeah.
they created
a world,
a
man.
fucking masterpiece.
Yeah, and it's we were having a conversation about sword and sorcery films in general, and this really is.
This is the high watermark from that era.
And although I can think of another couple of movies that I would say is close to that, like I would put Excalibur in the sword and sorcery film.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
there were other great
and that's
movies.
a really good one.
Yeah,
but there
and even the more shitty, like,
Yeah.
you know, hey, we're just doing this for grindhouse money,
Okay, yeah.
kind of shit, are pretty fucking interesting.
Yeah.
Like, I recently watched what is it, The Sorceress? That one's really good.
I don't think I know that one.
That one's good. It's
Okay.
on Amazon. You should check it out.
I like Dragon Slayer, and I like Legend.
Was Willow was after that. Willow was deep into the 80s.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Willow was Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, like,
Willow-
that Conan
dude,
pretty much
Willow-
set the standard
Hey,
for that kind of.
Willow was after Jedi.
Willow was after Jedi.
Yeah, because that was him going, "Oh, hey, Ewok buddy, you get your own film."
Yeah.
Come on, Warwick, you need your own movie.
Need grown up.
and now he gets to be in every Star Wars film.
Every
ever.
one of them.
Yeah. So he's in the.
You-
hold on, real quick.
You did Willow. Now you get to. Here's your consolation prize. Every Star Wars ever.
What? So he in I'm sorry, I got to tangent this. In Last Jedi, you said he's the little dude trying to put coins in BB-8.
Yeah.
What is he in the other two fucking movies? Because I know he's there, right? He's got to be. They don't not have Warwick Davis in the movies.
What is he?
What is he in Force Awakens? You know, Is he Maz Kanata? Is that what actually
He's Maz Kanata.
He's
Yeah, absolutely.
all right. Sorry to tangent there. But
Speaking of which, okay, so how good is Max Von Sydow?
oh yeah.
How good is that
Back to
motherfucker?
The Force Awakens.
Yeah, as the king.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. The old king that's commissioning him
Osric.
to get the Osric. Yeah, that his daughter has been corrupted by
Thulsa Doom.
Doom.
Yeah.
And he's trying to get her back. So
But who
Yeah.
was he? Who was he in Star Wars?
he's the guy at the very beginning of the
Force
Force Awakens that gives him the map to get to Luke.
Okay. Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
your own Kevin Bacon.
That's right. It's our own Kevin Bacon. We try to loop him back.
Bing. Yeah, we're trying to create a continuity, for every film. It's like, okay, so who's in this one?
We're not
But
trying
anyways.
to. We are accidentally making it.
Yeah.
We haven't actually tried to do it once, I don't think.
It's just happened.
The only one that matters is Kevin Bacon.
Oh, yeah. It's only Kevin Bacon.
That's right.
Footloose.
We're gonna have to do that at some point.
Do Footloose?
Yeah.
Everybody's going Footloose.
But anyways, so yeah, dude, he's really the only I guess other than James Earl Jones, he's really the only Shakespearean.
Oh, yeah, because I want to say that dude did a version of Hamlet
Yeah.
back in the day or something.
But dude, you can see it in the way, like in his eyes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, when he's like tearing up. And
Yeah,
everything.
how
Yeah.
much like he just feels like, his daughter's literally has just slipped through his fingers.
Man, I love
like,
the
and he just
the lines.
pours it out.
What is it that he says? He says,
Is there a dagger for me
yeah.
that looks like this? And then he just casts it out.
Or when he says, like, once all the food has lost its taste, and once, all the gold and jewels have lost their luster, then all you're left with is a father with love for his daughter.
Right.
And it's like, fuck, man. And that's that point where he starts tearing
Yeah,
up and
yeah.
shaking a little bit. That's that Shakespearean shit coming out. Yeah.
But all around, man, all of the acting in this
Oh, yeah.
is
every
good.
bit of it.
Like, even Arnold, dude. I
Yeah.
feel like Arnold
His
gets
line
shit.
delivery is great.
Yeah, I feel like Arnold gets shit for not being a good actor in some movies he's not, because he doesn't give a fuck. He's just doing it for a paycheck or he was under contract. But the shit that he cares about, god damn, that motherfucker can emote.
And he did actually punch that camel.
Absolutely.
He punched a camel, guys.
No animals were hurt during the filming of this
Except
except that camel.
that
I think a
fucking
few animals got hurt.
yeah, I mean, you saw them.
They twisted up a pig's leg. They put him in a fucking submission hold.
They were about to cut that pig up. It's
yeah,
okay.
it's fine.
Still, though, man,
Yeah, I think
he got hurt
I think
in the filming.
the animal rights folks would have a problem with Conan.
The animal rights
nowadays.
folks way back in the day actually did have a problem, but it wasn't with that scene. It was with the horses
Oh.
when they're falling around at the end. Back when they Home Alone Stonehenge.
Yeah.
You get all Home Alone up in Stonehenge
man.
right there at the end, dude. So when the horses are like diving off into those spikes.
Mhm.
People had a problem with that because they were just like, "Oh, the horses are falling on spikes," and like
It's
the
hurting
people had to come out and be like, "Look, you saw the stunt guy fall before the horse, and you saw those spikes bend. They're rubber.
They're not. Yeah.
It's fine."
No, nobody's getting hurt. They're not falling. Yeah, they all bend. It doesn't look like. Yeah.
Yeah, but
They thought the horse was getting stabbed up.
They been, but do they?
You can't perforate horses.
right. Pony
Oh, that's
pincushion.
Well, that's weird. They didn't say anything. So basically, they're saying fuck camels is what they're saying.
Essentially, yeah.
What about the pig though?
Yeah, fuck pigs.
Fuck
pigs, too.
Horses though, they're
Yeah.
cute. You know,
Horse-
let-
yeah,
let-
dude.
let 'em
Everybody wants a
live.
pony.
Exactly.
Nobody wants a pig.
The pig
Unless
can-
it's a little pot belly.
The pig can get
right.
the pig can get put in a submission hole before it gets eaten.
Oh damn!
Right.
Yeah, that's how you tender the meat up. Actually, you got to suplex the pig.
Why
7
didn't they
times.
suplex the pig?
put the
Yeah,
pig
Why
in the
didn't they
sharpshooter.
suplex the pig?
They were already figure 4 in it. They were already.
Guys, I think we're all in agreement to say that every film would be better if
With
there
a
was
suplex.
with a suplex.
Yeah.
Suplex
You know.
or like a Hulk Hogan leg drop, something like that.
Speaking of Hulk Hogan,
He's in this movie.
He's in this movie, and I didn't realize he had that much hair.
His name is Ben Davis.
Ben Davis.
So that guy's the football player.
Yeah. He was originally a football player, and his buddy sidekick was a friend of Arnold from the bodybuilding days.
Yeah.
We like to call him Hair Hogan.
Hair Hogan.
That's kind of how he looks like.
Yeah, he's Hair Hogan. And Hair Hogan and the other dude are pretty much the two right hand.
They're the mini bosses, man.
They are.
They're fucking mini bosses.
Man, they totally set this up that way. It is
Absolutely.
Yeah. He rises through who he's killing, and he gets to the final boss.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then the final boss tries to seduce
And
him,
then
and he cuts the head
final
off.
boss is lame. It just
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why he's sitting there thinking. He was like, "Man, that final boss is easy."
Yeah, that's what it is.
At the end of the movie,
that's what
he's sitting there on the steps. He's like, "I guess I'll take this chick back home."
Conan's just a disappointed gamer.
That's it.
It's like-
That was easy.
What else about this movie?
I mean, it's such a good film. It's hard to say a whole lot except for go watch it. Like it's so
Yeah.
like it's.
What's our catchphrase?
Shut up and watch the fucking movie.
Shut up and watch the movie. We're trying to make that work. Help us out, guys.
It did work.
It worked.
Landed.
Let's do it all at one time. Shut up and let's watch the movie.
There you go. You heard it from the source.
I'm glad I watched it.
Yeah, man. I'm glad I got to show you that one. I'm glad that this is your first time seeing it too.
Yeah.
So being that you have not seen the other two films.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and tell you they're not good.
They're not good.
They're
I
not good.
can imagine it.
They're okay. They're okay.
They're fine.
If you really feel like it, watch The Destroyer.
This is what fucks me up about the other two movies is I watched them. I watched them recently, and I had to watch them again this morning because I had this nagging feeling of like, wait, these are more fantastic stories, and I'm totally down with a more the wilder, the more fantasy the story is.
Right.
I'm like, where are the dragons? Where are the I'm always saying this shit. But for some reason, I was just like, why don't I like these movies? And it's just really just execution, guys.
Well,
it's really just the execution.
There's something very grounded about Conan the Barbarian.
Yeah.
There's something really it's.
Well, that's that Milius touch, man. I mean, I'm telling you, John Milius is all over this movie.
Man, it has a palpable world. Like it's the things look lived in a way that is believable. I love the way
everything's dirty except Arnold's hair.
He has the perfect hair forever in this movie.
Yeah,
it just the whole time.
The whole time it's always in place. He's the only person in this medieval setting that has a fucking comb.
Yeah, or a personal stylist that we don't
conditioner.
see. And conditioner.
I would say about this movie, one thing I was thinking to myself through a lot of it was, it's rated R, and it is got some violent scenes, but I don't know, I haven't really watched a movie from the 80s in a long time, and I compare it to the movies of the 2000s or whatever, and it really wasn't that violent.
No, but there also were 3 fuck scenes.
Yeah, but they were
and a lot of titties.
There was some titties, and there was some booties.
There was some booties.
But I don't know, man. At least about the violence, which, in my opinion, I mean, fuck the fuck scenes. That's not really that big of a deal. I mean,
I'm not saying that. I'm just more saying that.
That's why it's R.
For
the most part.
I know that's the way that the ratings bureau or what have you is going to look at it.
But it's not like they
titties,
were.
Man, that's EMA.
Damn. I actually, I think that the sex scenes in this movie have a lot to say because I mean, there's the one with the succubus, which is just fun and makes me think of Berserk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then there's the one with the random girl, like the king's daughter or something.
Like Lord's daughter. I don't think it was necessarily a king's, but they were just kind of using him to sire.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they just threw her into the cage with him.
Yeah,
that one. Which that one really wasn't much of a sex scene.
No,
That
but
was
it was
smashed.
yeah. Yeah.
But then the one with Valeria.
Yeah, the one
Dude,
with
guys,
Valeria.
they just don't do these kinds of sex scenes
No,
anymore.
because it
The
wasn't
truly romantic,
Yeah, totally.
like
Mhm.
80s,
romantic.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean it wasn't just a straight up like it didn't feel like porn. It
Yeah.
had it has a storyline to itself.
Yeah.
You know, and it's another one of those scenes that had a lot more to the visual side of it. Like after they're done, you know, the way that they're kind of holding each other and
Yeah, and kind of flirting. Well, it was cute.
I
It's
love
a beautiful. It's a beautiful love story being played out in the background of this movie, or not even really the background.
No,
I mean, it's pretty
yeah.
up fucking front.
Yeah,
So-
they just don't have to say it.
Yeah.
The part that I really liked is when they went to King Oric,
Yeah,
Osric.
Osric. Yeah,
They went to King Osric, and they'd already got this mission to go get his daughter. And Valeria is basically saying, you know, fuck this king. Let's just go rule the world, Conan.
yeah.
We
Let's
can
take
do
the
this.
money. Let's get the fuck
take
out
the
of
money
here.
and run.
Yeah,
Yeah. And he
Ooh, take the money and run.
and she's holding him, and you know he's holding her, and he looks like he's content with that moment. And then when she tucks her head in, he picks up that jade sigil from the Set temple, and he just gives it that longing look, like, nope, I gotta go kill some folks.
I got something to do.
And the next
Yeah.
morning, she wakes up and he's not there. You know?
That's heartbreaking, dude.
Yeah.
And they stage it so well. I mean, like, that's what I'm saying is, like, the acting across the board, and, like, for real, especially Valeria.
Oh,
What
yeah.
Sandra Bergman? Sandra
yeah.
Bergman.
Mm.
Like,
She does such a good job.
she's a fucking Valkyrie.
Yeah. Oh,
She,
yeah.
like,
she is.
they cast an actual Valkyrie.
Yeah, they did. they found one. Yeah, she's dope. I really like that all of them have like a different fighting kind of style.
Yeah,
You know,
you know,
all three
like
of them
during
are
the
part of
orgy scene.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You
I
got that look.
Huh?
Hmm.
I mean, they got like the thief, the
Yeah.
warrior, and the
I mean, like, she's a Valkyrie.
she's
I
a
don't
Valkyrie.
know. I
The
don't know.
girl.
Yeah, she's a
The
Valkyrie.
girl.
She's a Valkyrie.
She's a little more than that. I will
She's
say.
definitely more than
Like,
the girl.
yeah.
She's
talk
more than the
about
girl.
No.
talk about strong women in movies that
God.
aren't just Mary Sue's. I
Yeah.
mean, like
Yeah.
Valeria.
Yeah, this isn't.
I can say
She
the
has a fucking personality.
Uh-huh.
the thief,
She-
the warrior, and the warrior.
Yeah, it is dual warriors, and then I get a wizard later that's a fucking
Yeah.
crazy
It's like a
person.
Final Fantasy party.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. You need two warriors. You know,
Mhm.
maybe she's more of a like a ninja.
Nah,
No,
she's a warrior.
she's
Light armor.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Yeah. She's a Valkyrie, dude.
Yeah. So speaking of the wizard, who incidentally is probably my favorite part of this movie, I absolutely love that dude. Do y'all know what his name is in the movie?
No,
Krillin.
He doesn't have one.
that's awesome. Is he just the narrator?
The wizard / narrator.
That's great.
The actual character doesn't have a fucking name.
What's up
In this movie, I think they call him Mako in or Mako or whatever. God, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I'm probably not. Tell me in the comments.
Well, if it's Mako, then that's.
I think
funny.
they call him that in Destroyer, but at this point he doesn't have a name. I don't know why that was interesting to me, guys. I just
That's
wanted to say
weird.
it.
Huh, that's a weird one. Yeah.
But anyways, I absolutely fucking love him.
Yeah. Me too, man.
Like
I
his
think he's
introduction
fucking
scene.
awesome. Yeah.
I'm a wizard, mind you.
When he's scrambling down those shitty
right.
ladder. Man,
Conan's
that's
just
fucking-
laughing at him.
Yeah,
Damn,
so
bro,
you asked me, do they know each other? Right? I don't think they
Yeah.
know each other.
I
really
don't think
I
they
think that's
do.
a first meeting, and I think that's totally like him testing the waters. Like, hey, is this
Absolutely.
guy cool enough?
Yeah.
You know, can I poke
Yeah.
him and see if he doesn't try to kill me?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
So the only person that we haven't talked about
Oh yeah.
yet
Is the man.
is the man.
The man. That's the
The
reason we
mystery.
save it for last, because he is the reason I love this movie. He really is.
James Earl Jones.
Thulsa goddamn Doom.
Thulsa Doom.
Thulsa Doom, man.
He really does make this fucking movie, dude.
Mhm.
He's just like, dude, he is a presence within himself, and every single time he's on screen,
That's right.
he takes up the scream,
Yeah.
and he's acting next to Arnold Schwarzenegger, who's a big motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And he
His
just-
costumes are elaborate and amazing. His hair is distinct.
This
and
motherfucker does have some nice threads.
Dude, seriously. Yeah, I love his armor. I love the snakes. I love he has this weird shape to his armor. Like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, with the shoulder pads and the way that it kind of comes down, it's a very distinct shape. So since we're talking about Old Doom, we might as well just talk about the intro of the film.
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
That also,
Man, we've been knocking it out of the park as far as like good openings for movies recently. These most, dude.
yeah. I'm seriously, Pacific Rim and
Children of Men.
Yeah.
I mean, I would even say I would say Ghostbusters, but maybe not in the same context.
Yeah, but it does have an awesome.
It does have an awesome intro.
But the intro to this one, man, sets up who Conan is in a way. It instills everything you need to know about who this guy is.
Absolutely.
You know, and this guy that basically doesn't fucking talk until he's a full-grown man, and then he doesn't have anything to say really.
Well,
You know what I mean?
goes back to the whole thing of like, at the time, Arnold probably had a really thick accent.
Oh, they didn't want to use it.
They didn't want to, but at the same time, it adds so much to the dialogue that is there, because there isn't a lot of dialogue in this movie anyway. But when it's there, it's very important.
Super important. Yeah.
There's what is it? Throughout this entire intro, there's only really one line of dialogue that isn't people screaming and running.
Yeah, kind of.
It's his father talking about the riddle of steel,
and talking
that's
about Crom.
and talking about Crom. That's the only time somebody speaks during this intro. Everything else is conveyed by the actors.
Well, I don't think his mom speaks once.
She doesn't. She doesn't say a word.
Her, I mean, that role is amazing.
It's fantastic.
Like you were talking about the charm sequence. You know how immediately she picks up the sword and
she's gonna kill him.
She's gonna kill him. She's not worried about her own life. She's going to attack this dude, and then he just stares her down.
Yeah.
She slowly just relaxes, and then it becomes like a dull.
Well, at first,
empty.
When he's first staring at her, like you see her start to shake.
Oh,
just a little bit, and it's either like
he feared her.
Straight fear, or it's trying to fight the spell that he's putting on her.
I think, man, I think
and
he feared her. I think he feared her.
So, but either way, like, something was happening.
I really do think he has psychic powers. Like, I truly do think that's exactly the way.
I think it's less, psychic.
Yeah.
More psychological in his manipulation of the cult people, but he definitely has some kind of power over the mind in some magical way.
That's psychic powers.
Psychic
Is
powers.
that not psychic? I mean, I'm not gonna. I'm just saying some kind of magical power.
I guess
over the
it
mind
is.
sounds like psychic powers to me.
I don't know why.
If he was using psychological powers, he'd be reading Nietzsche at him and
Right.
being like, how do you feel about that? I bet you think differently about yourself now, don't you?
How was your relationship with your mother?
That's right.
Oh, she's dead.
You cut her fucking head off. That's how it was.
So bad.
Well, good up until then. Yeah, but I love the way he does the turn, like, because his eyes glow blue.
Therapist.
Yeah, they glow blue, and he stares her down.
Yeah.
And then you see her just completely like give in to his gaze, and then when he turns away, she has this longing, like, feeling of loss. You can tell that she wants to continue to look into his eyes, and because of that, her guard is 100% down.
Yeah.
And he just turns around, flop,
And then head off.
and the way the head falls, and the way that she falls to the side is such a masterful shot.
Yeah.
Oh man,
It's beautiful.
that's that scene, man. That's in my head.
And it
most of
just
the time
sets
for
up
this movie.
sets up this movie. Again, it does that thing that Pacific Rim did.
Mhm. Mhm.
it takes you to possibly the lowest point
immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's
because there's a lot of other shit that's gonna go down in this movie.
yeah. I've loved this movie for my entire life at this point. You know, and I still do agree with you, man. This is the best of the sword and sorcery 80s kind of movies.
Yeah.
You know, this is the best one, even if it is less fantastic than other of these movies.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't completely go full dragons and all that shit. It's
yeah,
you know,
but there's enough, and the characters are good enough and badass enough,
and the world
know.
is unique enough, and everything has, you know, charm to it, and yeah,
and it's just shot well, dude.
Oh yeah,
I mean, like this is a classic movie. Like it really should be like studied. Yeah, I say this a lot. It should be studied.
Yeah.
Why is this movie not studied?
Yeah.
So is there any chance that after seeing this movie, either one of you guys would go look for the comics or any of the old Robert E. Howard
I've
stories?
wanted to read the Robert E. Howard books for a long time.
Yeah.
You know?
Maybe not the books, but I do want to try. I'm open to the books, but I definitely would like to try the game.
Dude, that
game.
Conan game.
Yeah,
They made it.
Or that's what I meant. It's just any other property.
Yeah, for sure. I would definitely explore some of the other properties. I think they made it free at some point on PlayStation. So that's
That's cool.
If I'm wrong, I'm wrong here. But
Yeah.
I'm like 90% sure.
Nice. Oh, are you talking about the Age of Conan?
Yeah, Age of Conan.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah. That's the dick size one, right?
That's
you,
right.
You
You can
size your dick. Let me actually fact check this. I want to be.
Can you size your dick?
Yeah, you can.
No, you no. That's
definitely.
we know
that's
that's
not what you're.
that's definitely a fact.
No, we know that. We're sure about that. We're
What I
looking to
just
see if
wanna
it's
is,
free.
Age of Conan.
Yeah.
I'm not paying to size
We
my
ain't-
dick. Okay. I
I
ain't.
want to see if Age
I
of
ain't
Conan
paying.
was on PlayStation Plus.
Oh man. But yeah,
Man.
I haven't played Age of Conan yet. I would like to at least see what's up
Yeah.
with that. But man, you should check out that. We should see if we can find a copy of that 360 game. Like you dig
Yeah.
it. Yeah, he slams on people.
No, so yeah, Conan Exiles is the name of the game.
Yeah,
That was definitely a free game last year.
because Age of Conan was the one that I was playing then.
The Conan
Okay, the
Exiles.
one that was actually like
The
just-
MMO.
Yeah.
So that leads us to the question: Is Conan Exiles talking about that penis size?
Must be.
We gotta
Yeah.
know. I gotta know. We must know for the podcast. The podcast must know.
Podcast, you guys must know if this is the one where you can change your dick size.
Yeah, just type in Conan penis.
Yeah.
Huh? Isn't that what you do?
We gotta specify.
Yeah,
we gotta
yeah,
specify
exactly.
a little more than that.
This is exactly how you get to this information. Just type in Conan penis.
Yes,
we are not trying to trick you at
The video
all.
game Conan Exiles lets players adjust the size of their characters' breasts and penises using the endowment slider.
Endowment.
10 out of 10.
Perfect-
10 out of 10.
perfect
10 out of 10
game.
game.
Alrighty, there you go. Can you have a big old
This is
floppy
the
donkey
pinnacle.
dick
This
in
is
your
the
game?
pinnacle, guys. It's all been downhill since
right.
then.
Yep.
That's all we needed.
That's just big floppy
This is
donkey
why the
dick.
game industry is in the mess that they're currently in.
They
guys.
didn't fuck with the endowment slider.
Yeah.
The industry did not fuck with their endowment slider. That's the problem. Oh, that's good. Well, I think we've all had our endowment sliders adjusted for this film.
Exactly.
This film has a large endowment slider. It's
So big. It's off the screen,
It's,
man.
endowed.
11 out
It's
of
well
10.
endowed. Okay, it's 11 out of 10. It goes to 11
Because Conan fucks.
because Conan fucks.
Conan fucks.
Conan fucks in this movie, and it was so erotic.
It was I'm gonna think about it later.
Wait, guys, are we sure this isn't a porn?
Well, there's other stuff. I mean, I'm not used to seeing such violence.
It's like a
Wow.
porn. It's a porn where people fight.
You're not watching enough hentai.
I guess not.
Anyways, okay, so final thoughts.
Yeah.
Conan fucks.
That's pretty much the final thought,
Conan
man.
fucks.
Conan fucks.
Conan fucks.
Yeah.
Well, you heard it from the horse's mouth.
No, from the camel's
From the
mouth.
camel's mouth that just got punched. He can't
camel's
really say
broken
it.
draw.
He can, yeah, I was about to say he can't really say it right because his
That's a
jaw's
Conan
dislocated.
Well,
I think that's it, guys. A little bit of housekeeping. We are currently on Spotify and Anchor. Episode 10 through this one is going to be up there. And so listen to that. Give it a like. All that good stuff. If you want to email us, we are at madcinemists@gmail.com. You can also check us out on Facebook and on YouTube, which is probably where you're watching this current video. Conan,
Shut up and watch the movie.
shut up and watch the movie.
Shut up and watch it.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Ah!
I think you more mean.
I thought